What's up? We are back with the third video. First video was posted mid-2025, 8 months ago maybe, when I was first starting my business and first starting marathon training. Second video was filmed in December. I had hit big milestones in my business that I was looking to hit, and I had hit a really cool running goal, sub 3-hour marathon. First real year running. Seriously, I showed some stats on it. I think I ran 100 something, 200 something miles in 2024, and that was all in the front half of the year. And then maybe ran 300 miles up to my first marathon in June of 2025, and then really started to ramp it up second half of 2025 and improved from a 337 to a 259 marathon. I took my business from zero in revenue, April, to 100,000 in revenue in December. To give you guys context, my name is Andrew Garner. I run a marketing agency and I love to run. I have ambitious running goals. I want to qualify for Boston. I'm 28, so I need to run 2:55 is the qualifying time, but I think I need to run like a 2:48, if not faster, to qualify for Boston. So in January, I had said I want to qualify for Boston. At the time, I think it was 3-hour marathon, or I thought it was, and so I was like, qualify for Boston and run a sub 3. I thought they were the same. I didn't qualify, but I ran a sub 3, so I'm happy in general with how much I improved there. And then mid-year, I set another big goal, which was to hit 100K a month. And so what I wanted to do in this video was talk about my 2026 goals in both running, business, and side quests, and how I plan to achieve those goals. So let's dive in. 2025, looking at some of the wins, there was a lot of wins in 2025 that I'm happy with. We hit 500K revenue for the year in just 9 months of being in business. We had a $100,000 month in December, which was that main goal that I was looking to hit throughout the year. We increased our average selling price from $1,500 to $4,000 plus. So when we first started, I would sell you a $500 a month retainer because I needed customers. As we started to gain customers and we started to, fill up our capacity, I could afford to increase our prices because it was okay if you said no. I would rather get 30% more no's at double the price than get way more yeses at a lower price. So that was a goal, and when I did the numbers on that, I was really happy. It's a huge win that helped us get these other numbers, was increasing our average selling price. I made more than what I made at my W-2 when I quit in 2024 in just 9 months of running the business, which is awesome. Non-business, 259 marathon, I think that sums up everything in the running side. I ran my first marathon in June of this year, got a 337, and then a 259. So that is a 38-minute improvement in just 6 months. I ran the San Diego Rock and Roll, and then I ran the Phoenix in December. Crushed it. First international trip, I went to Thailand. We went to Bangkok and Chiang Mai. We went to Vietnam, me and my girlfriend. And then I personally went to the Philippines, and I actually met one of my employees, which is sick. I might have spelled Philippines wrong. I spell it wrong every time. I got to meet one of my employees and hang out at the resort with him and kick it. It was all very cool. When I look at losses, honestly, I don't have many losses on the running side because I guess I could have ran a faster course and downhill and got 255 and qualified, but I wanted to run in Phoenix. That's where I'm from. And so I'm really happy with the improvement that I had there. The losses are primarily on the business side. Number one is delegation. Could have done a better job at delegating, building the team around me so that we actually could go and scale and potentially blow the goals that we had out of the water. I had to take a step back. We hit 90K month in September, and then I had to step back in October and November. We actually declined month over month in revenue because I wasn't ready to get to that next level. I didn't have the team in place, the operations in place, the systems in place to confidently go out and sell and land a shit ton more customers. That was a huge loss personally going into 2026. Who knows what we could have got to if I was in a better position and spent more time. But that leads me to my third point is I burned out pretty hard at the end of the year. I would stay in bed as long as I possibly could. I was still hitting my mileage and still doing the work, but I wasn't all that happy. I wasn't enjoying the process like I should. Enjoying the process much more now that I understood kind of why I was burning out and what was going on. We have a long training block to go, right? There's a lot to do. And so who knows what's going to happen. Finding out ways to avoid that burnout, really understanding I need to love the process is paramount. Super important. 2026 goals. Number one on the business side, $2 million in annual revenue. over 150K a month. I think it's like 180K a month on average. And so a lot of that will be back weighted. You can see what that second goal looks like, 300K a month by end of year. I know how to get leads. I know how to get meetings. I know how to get sales calls. I know how to sell, right? So I know how to get customers in the door. Fully confident in that area. I can ramp up ad spend. I can ramp up the amount of emails, find more people who are looking for cold email and sell them. What I need to be true is I need to have the team in place. I need to have the systems in place, and I need to have the operations in place that actually allow us and me to confidently go and sell those individuals and know that we can deliver for them, because it is not fun. It is the worst feeling in the world when you don't deliver for someone, right? They hired you and they trusted you to do something and you guys fell short. So what I want to have in place before we get and really crank up the effing volume is building those operations, building the right team, having the right infrastructure, and we're getting there. I've made some changes in January that have helped us, but that is important to me. So if we can kind of hang where we're at right now, while I get all that in place, I will be happy with that. I probably should move faster, and a lot of times I question why I don't move faster. Am I really not as hungry as I say I am? Am I comfortable making the living that I am? Is this really what I want to be doing? There's a lot of things that I have to understand within myself. Why am I not working 24/7 to solve this? Maybe it's because I'm a marathon runner and I believe in consistency and showing up and getting it done over a time period, and that not everything great is built overnight. It takes a long time. That's okay too. I think I fall trap to a lot of the things I see on Instagram or Twitter where people are talking about how fast they grew their business, and need to realize that I've too have done a good job here, and it's okay if it's not overnight. Third thing would be having my operations 100% delegated. So that is another goal that I have in 2026. Honestly, I'm just going to delete this. The reason why I like setting just a few goals, I would even delete this, 300K a month by end of year. But what I want is 2 million in annual revenue. That's what I want to hit for the year, right? So if I set one large goal, it takes care of all the minor shit under it. So I know to hit 2 million annual revenue, I need to have my ops 100% delegated. I need to probably hit a $300,000 month by the end of the year. So all those things take care of themselves when you set a really large goal, which brings me to my next point. You'll see I only have one running goal, 2 hour and 48 minute marathon. I think that'll get me into Boston. I should probably update that to like 2 hours and 45 before September. You'll see that I have that extensive goal, and what that goal forces me to do is I go to the gym 3 times a week. I work out my legs twice a week. I used to never work out my legs. Are you kidding me? It's so boring. But when I have this huge goal of like, let's go get really fast, faster than a lot of fucking people, and faster than what you ever even thought was possible. You didn't even like running a year and a half ago. That forces me to do other things. It forces me to eat right. It forces me to take care of my body. It forces me to sleep well. All these other tiny goals you might set, just set a big effing goal and everything else will fall into place. I should do a separate video on that. But that is why, look, if you can distill all your goals into 1 to 2 things, that's where you're going to see success, because I just have 2 numbers in my head. Everything else gets sorted. And then moving on to the fun stuff. Side quests. I've started an SMB brokerage business. Again, a side quest. I partnered with a friend of mine who is good at the operations and fulfillment side of this. Basically, what we do is we help businesses sell their business. So if you want to sell, we will help you build the marketing materials, help you get in front of buyers, coordinate those conversations, help you get to the right valuation, and ultimately sell your business. We actually have 2 signed mandates already. So we are actively selling 2 businesses right now for clients. So this has been a fun side quest. A couple hours a week to it. You know, a lot of my cold email and lead gen work plays in really well here because I know how to generate leads in this space. And then my partner helps me out with the operations and fulfillment side. So it's really cool, really good pipeline being built there, and I'm happy about it. Side quest is we're going to Tokyo in India here in like 25 days. Tokyo, we'll be there for 6 days, and then we have a wedding in India, also in Sri Lanka. So we'll be there for like another 6 days. So that'll be really cool. I'd like to get out to Europe maybe later in the year, but that depends kind of how the marathon shakes out and everything. And then running content, business content in general. This is a side quest for me. And so this I would loop into that kind of side quest bucket. And I think this bucket is super important because when I'm stressed or burnt out on this stuff, I know I have this stuff kind of throughout the year that can let me unwind a little bit and just be a creative outlet for me. Lastly, if we look at progress so far, as far as on February 5th, the day I'm filming this, we hit 90K revenue in January. It should have been 100. It will be 100 in February. We're going to make that happen for sure. But more importantly, I need to get these operations in place to be able to confidently go and scale to the next level. And so what we're doing there is we're building out a new internal operating system. I hired a great agency to help me build out just a better system internally to work with my team to manage our data for our clients and create a better client experience. All of those things to help us scale, provide better operations, and build out a better business with more equity value. And then third is just another big thing is we have a new campaign manager structure. So I was the one personally taking all of these calls with our clients, managing the client relationships, and I am now incentivizing our team to go and manage that. So that's very clear. You guys own your client relationships. You are incentivized on their retention and on their success. And it's worked out well. We just upsold one of our existing clients who had just signed with us in December, and they'd seen great early results and wanted to do more. And I wasn't involved with that process beyond the initial sales process. And then we did the kickoff call because this was before I had all these processes built out. But I have my campaign managers taking our client calls, and they're doing a great job. I jump in when needed, of course, but I also need to give them the space to work. Hopefully that wasn't too long. I try to keep it quick and talk fast for you guys, but ultimately just want to share more about my experiences, more about kind of the goals I'm chasing. The rest of my videos, I will continue to talk about these different goals, what my progress looks like, and actually document some of it live for you guys. So different running content, share more internally about the business, answer whatever questions you guys might have. But hopefully it's helpful. I don't have huge networks in terms of big business mentors or people I can go talk to or people who inspire me to go out and do a lot of these things. So hopefully this video can help me build my network, right? Talk to more people who are in similar stages, doing similar cool shit, as well as hopefully inspire people who want to have big goals, or they do have big goals, or they're struggling in one area, or they're crushing it in another area, and they just want to see the inside of someone else doing some other shit. Appreciate it. Peace.